Are we
Right, James L. Brooks.
are we back? I have the quarter. I have the quarter.
You have the quarter.
Yes, the quarter on the table. Okay. Hold on.
Hold on. I don't
He's
have the
getting
right
ready.
glasses.
Oh, he's got to stretch.
I
Got to
can't-
stretch. Stretch, Scott.
I
Okay.
can't see anything. I can't see anything. Wait.
Okay.
Stretch it out.
The film broadcast news should be shown to corporations having seminars about not fraternizing in the workplace. This film has two levels going on in it. One level, it's talking about journalistic standards and that kind of thing. The other one is a high school story. It is about three horned up idiots trying to fuck each other the entire movie. And
with not a lot of fucking.
No, and there's zero amount of fucking.
There is one fuck, but it has nothing to do with the three
main characters.
Yeah, well, it's one of them.
And the thing is, I'm glad this thing started with like flashbacks to the three characters because it shows you they have not evolved at all.
That was the weakest part, or weakest filmmaking.
Actually,
but
it informed the rest of the film because it's like, all these characters are so shallow. And they all talk about themselves so much. This film is mostly monologues. I feel this way about this thing and this other thing, and I
really like the part where Hurt says to her, "You're having an argument with yourself." Right?
Pretty much. I saw that too, and I laughed out loud when I saw that.
Some of the dialogue is excellent.
Yeah. Well, some of it does,
and some of it, I'm like, does break out. Nobody talks like this.
Yeah, no one. This is artificial. This is like science fiction.
Nobody
on Earth talks like this.
It sounds like Aaron Sorkin wrote it after getting a head injury.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I kind of like that.
You did my job. That's well done, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Have you spent your quarter? Have you spent your quarter?
Yes, it's fully spent.
Okay.
The ball went back in the thing again. So we're
go ahead, David.
How does it work? Where do I put my quarter?
No, you just go.
No, you just go.
Some of what I find the most priceless dialogue is from minor characters. So, and who knows if it's improvised or what, but when Joan Cusack says, "You're my role model," except socially.
Yeah. Great line.
So beautiful.
Good line.
That is a very audience insert character.
Also, have I never noticed?
You're like, why would you?
Is Holly Hunter just very short, or is Joan Cusack extremely?
No, she's
tall?
really short.
Both.
Yeah,
both.
And Joan, she's very tall, so that's
okay.
Kind of fun. Yeah.
I kind of want to talk about.
How about Paul? He's like, you don't even know his name, but he has some of the most brilliant lines, I think, when he says, "How do you ever? It must be great to always be right and to know you're always the smartest person in the world."
Yes, I love that line. Oh my God, what a takedown!
That is one of the greatest lines in the movie. And she goes, "No,
right."
It's
and you
horrible.
don't even know who he is, but like, oh, you nailed it. How did you do that? And the other great one that he does is when they're shutting things down, and Jack Nicholson's guy says, "Oh, this is brutal." And he says, "Oh yeah, it could be a little less brutal if you took $1 million off your salary."
Oh, that was great.
He's like, kidding.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so sorry.
And it certainly doesn't represent anything about my true feelings about this.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's funny, but it's also a little bit on the nose. Come on.
It's interesting that Jack took
Everything
such
is
a
a little
small
bit
role.
Everything is on the nose. Jesus Christ.
I want to talk just a touch about this movie for me from a historical perspective.
Okay.
This is one of the first movies I ever remember watching.
Wow.
Yeah. So we didn't have a TV for a long time when I was a kid. And we eventually got a TV, and my mom watched this on like ABC or something like that when I was like 6.
So like slightly edited for television.
Yeah. And I remember this movie, and the thing that I remember most about it is the whole crying and then the consequences.
Oh my God! Half this movie is fucking
end.
Holly Hunter crying. Opening scenes with her
not true.
sobbing.
There's like 2 or 3 scenes of her crying.
I'm talking about.
That's a lot.
Highly controlled crying.
I'm talking about him
scheduled crying.
Yes.
I'm talking about him crying and then what happens because of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't
Oh,
remember.
William Hurt.
journalistic ethical
Right.
standards.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And-
Can I
That's-
just
and I
say,
didn't remember-
can I just
and I
say
didn't
how
remember
great Holly
most-
Hunter is in that moment when she watches the tape back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Fuck.
come
You
You feel like
on.
you've turned
And
comedy
I-
into a-
No, this woman, no, sorry.
You shut your mouth, Scott.
No, I'm jumping in right now. This woman has actually been guided this entire film by her sexual impulses, basically. Who am I gonna fuck? This guy or this guy, whatever. It's what's
And
going
this
on
is where
outside of her professional
I
thing.
disagree.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish. When she gets that thing where she sees him crying and it's fake, it all of a sudden it's not talking about the things that are essential to this film anymore. It's talking about her feelings and actually talking about this weird professional standard that suddenly
there's been
appeared
an
at the end of the
undercurrent her
film.
talking
It didn't
about
weirdly
this
appear. It's
through
been
the
through that
whole
the entire
movie.
film.
Give me another example of this.
I-
The
I-
speech she makes to a room full of people who don't give a shit.
Yes,
Except
At
for
the
him.
beginning of the
Except
film.
for him. Except for him.
The
Which
argument
felt
that she
completely
has,
fake. It felt completely
No,
fake.
that felt
Bullshit.
real to me.
That's
That
what this
felt real.
movie is
Fuck that
about.
shit. It's stupid.
It's two
The
it was
triangles.
on the nose. It was
It's the
on
love
the nose.
triangle
It was,
and it's the ethics triangle.
she's too
argument that
good.
she
No,
has-
she's too good for her job. She's got ethics that no one else in the world has. Fuck
The
that
ar-
shit.
the argument that she
That's what makes it
has-
great.
Feel.
No,
I mean, I
it
think
doesn't. It
that's
makes it
what
fake.
she believes, though.
The argument that she has with Albert Brooks, he specifically calls out this guy that you're trying to fuck
Yes.
right now is the thing that you have been saying is wrong with this industry the entire time that I've
here's-
known you.
Yes,
Which
that's
is
true.
the
devil.
That's true.
Back multiple
here-
times.
Which is
But
extremely high school.
Here's a hot take, though.
No,
If we're with Holly and she's got two options, I think both of these guys fucking suck, dude.
They do.
I think
They're
everyone
fucking
sucks. No one in this
awful.
movie, no one in this movie is likable.
No, they're not.
If
That's
if
true.
they
No,
both
are you
suck,
kidding?
if they both suck,
Giant crush.
here's my other
Oh
hot
my
take. If
God.
they both suck, go with the fucking handsome one and the charming one.
Who's gonna
At
make
least
a lot
he's
of money?
hot.
I know
Yeah.
Chris
Make a lot
isn't
of
saying
money.
anything because Chris loves this movie and Chris loves Albert Brooks. But I'm going to also say this. I want to love Albert Brooks. We've watched a lot of Albert Brooks. I
Yes.
fucking hate Albert Brooks. I find him so annoying. I find him fucking just. I
In
like
this movie or just
In this
always?
movie,
in general
overall.
and especially in this movie.
Oh,
I
He's
think he's
smart and
intentionally-
his acid tongue is very good, but I just can't stand
He
the
needs to-
delivery.
he-
I can't stand him. I can't
He
stand.
needs to,
I
he
think
needs to, he
he's
needs to
fucking
shave his
this guy.
chest, for one thing.
I think he's being
Oh.
intentionally shitty in this movie.
Right.
He
though.
is.
Like,
But he's the
what's
same
line?
here as he
Traitor,
was in
idiot,
his
you're
films. He's
speaking.
David?
What's that, David?
I say I mean, his character knows it. She says, "Traitor, asshole," and he says, "Speaking."
Yeah, right.
That's true.
yeah.
That's true.
Well, again, good lines. He has
And
good jokes. I
even-
just still am like, fuck this guy.
Even in
But
that
I-
shot, even at
fuck
that
this
shot,
guy.
but the very last scene, that shot behind Scott, he gets a zinger in because Tom says, you know, if you ever get restless over in Portland, give me a call, and he goes, why?
Yeah.
It's just like he never fucking lets up. He's
I know he doesn't.
he's consistent.
Now, the thing is that his character is all about his intelligence, how
Yes.
smart he is, how many
Yes.
languages he speaks, how he
I
how he
am
knows
reading
everything.
and listening to music at
Exactly.
the same time.
And the thing is, that is so on the nose.
He's an
Come on.
insufferable asshole.
He's insufferable. Exactly right.
I
But
They're
did-
both terrible.
Mhm.
And arguably, I guess Holly Hunter's character is terrible
I don't
too.
think
but
William
I
Hurt is
love
that
her,
terrible.
I love her.
I don't think William
love
Hurt's
her
character is
so
that
much.
terrible. I
Oh,
think
that's
William
right.
Hurt is the
Let me give
most
some
self-aware.
credit.
He's like, he knows he's dumb.
Self-aware.
Oh, also,
He's only fucking handsome, and that's
also,
all he can do.
Chris, give me some none more yelling background, please.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Also,
David,
John-
I heard you say something. You are a little low in volume, but you said something
Oh.
about Holly Hunter.
Well, actually, I want to give some props to William Hurt.
Okay.
Go,
Yes,
by all
me
means,
too.
Go
He does-
ahead.
He does some and I don't think it's high school. I think it's wonderfully mature, world-class flirting when she's been inside his head in his studio in this intense.
Oh, that scene was
Right.
good.
Oh, actually,
And they're unwinding for a second.
No.
And there's a moment where he pulls the chair, which wonderfully
Yes,
has
that's the
wheels
scene
on it,
that's good, where
towards
he
him,
comes at
and
her.
she's out of breath by the time she gets to
no,
him.
no argument.
She's
Argument
putting on her
with
coat and she's
look.
like, ah.
No,
Because
David,
because
no,
the
David,
reality
you're-
is the reality is that William Hurt is an incredible actor.
Yeah. Also,
Yes.
David, you pointed
No
out
matter
the
what
one
he's doing.
scene that was actually transcendent because it was like it showed you how the sausage was made. Basically,
It's sort of one of the only
Right?
scenes that's really alive in this movie.
yeah, exactly.
I think the scene with the two of them after they leave the correspondence dinner and they're sitting on the Jersey
romantic-
barrier,
yeah.
All right.
and she's like, I have to go talk to him, like blah 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 blah, you know, and he's like, oh, I'll come with you, and she's like, no, and and she starts to walk away again, and he's like, "Hey,
Oh,
you
right.
don't get to leave because you just made
That was
your
a good scene.
point."
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And she has that moment where she's like, "Yes, I do," and you can see it on her face, and then realizes that if she says that out loud, that's it. This is
Right.
done.
Yeah, right.
And so she has to let him have his moment, but
I
as
agree.
soon as it's over, she's gone.
Well,
Right.
and
I
she
think
still
is
says,
such a-
and she
I
still
think
says,
she is such a finely drawn character.
well, and she still says, "You're right, but don't yell at me like that ever again."
And that's
Right.
established.
'Cause it scared me.
That's established in the flashback.
And I want to say something in general about Scott's objection that it's artificial. Everybody's saying the characters are making speeches, everything's
All
on
they're
the nose.
talking about
And, like,
themselves
I feel
the
like
entire movie.
this
man.
is one of my favorite films of all time, and I think it
too.
harkens back to
Oh, I
some of the
don't
other things I've picked
understand how you
in the
can say
past,
that.
like Holiday.
I'm
Like
with
Home
Chad
for the
on this one.
Holidays. Oh, don't think-
Philadelphia
don't-
Story,
don't
where
think
it's
I didn't think-
absolutely these unbelievably eloquent people with their hearts on their sleeves, making their speeches and stating their position, and I'm fucking here for it. I fucking love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
You should go.
Yeah,
You
I
should go to more.
disagree.
You should go to
God
more
bless you,
theater.
John. God bless you for loving things, man.
I love this movie
Okay.
too.
Thank you, Chris.
All
I
right.
know Chris
How,
does.
how about when Albert Brooks, it's all in character, but when he said when Hurt is saying, "What happens when your real life exceeds your dreams?" He says, "Keep it to yourself."
So
Yeah.
great line again. So much good writing in this,
Yeah.
but kind of despicable people. Also, this movie is way too long.
One of the things.
It's way too
it's
fucking
way
Oh
too
my
long.
God, no! It's like every scene is the perfect next scene. It's
No,
It definitely,
it's
it
perfect.
definitely
It's
is like
perfect.
Two and
in the middle. It gets to
2 and
there's
15's too long, man.
party after party, and
Yeah, it gets dull after a while.
You could cut the whole fucking El Salvador shit out of there. Like,
Also,
You'd lose the boot, which is it's your choice.
Also, one of the things I learned in film school in writing is that you don't want your characters to know too much about themselves. You can't have, I'm neurotic and I'm actually have fears about this thing and troubles with this other thing because it's fake. It's
and I'm
like,
taking off a couple
That's not-
points just
never-
because
Well,
and
that's
now-
Albert
and-
Brooks'
and the thing
character
is-
for sure.
I know, but the thing
Albert
is,
Brooks-
that's not
Albert Brooks
every
is-
goddamn character in this movie
Have you
knows
ever seen a
themselves
Woody Allen
too
movie,
well.
Scott?
And
No,
all
no.
know themselves too well.
By the way,
People, human beings in reality don't know themselves that well.
well, someone who struck out as much as Albert Brooks' character did starts to learn something.
Okay, actually, I will give you that, David. This guy might know
there
himself
are
really
plenty,
well.
Yeah.
there are plenty
By
of
the way,
people
but
out
he's like
there-
a glutton for punishment. I
There
think
are
he kind of
people who are
fucking likes
self-aware.
it.
That's a
He's
whole
fucking.
that's a whole
He's a
different
goddamn
thing.
masochist. I think.
There are people who are self-aware in this world, and there are lots of people who aren't. But this happens to be a movie about three people who are super fucking.
Not with
self-aware.
that kind of dialogue. No,
I don't
way,
even know.
I don't buy it.
I don't even know if William Hurt is necessarily like completely self-aware. I
Oh, I
think
do.
he knows that he's not as smart as the other people.
But
around
that's a-
him.
that's a
I
form.
don't just
But
think
that-
that. He
that's a
knows
form-
he's stupid.
No, but
He
that's a
talks
form of-
about it.
That's
Can
a
we
form of
Jim
that's a
Brooks
form of
let me
Finish
self-awareness.
talking.
That's a form of self-awareness, though.
Let
Like,
me finish talking.
Just yell louder.
Sorry.
okay,
That's true.
Ted.
That
this
is true, Scott.
yelling. Come on, get in there.
The thing is that his level of self-awareness is just knowing I'm not smart enough to be in this room.
Yep.
And that's a perfectly normal level of self-awareness that a lot of people have. He's not a Woody Allen character.
I
He's
agree.
not a person
I
who
agree.
knows all of his foibles and all of his problems and all that other stuff. What he knows is he knows that the only way that I'm going to make it in this world is charm.
Which
Yep.
means
I
that he
agree.
knows
He
himself.
fucking
Which
has.
means that he knows himself too well.
Shut the
No,
fuck
I-
No,
up.
wait, that's
I
it.
disagree with
you just,
that.
You
I
just
disagree.
made my argument for me.
Bullshit.
No, I didn't.
No, I
No.
think Tad's right.
You think I did because you don't know anybody like that.
The scenes where he's charming, they are completely
Great.
natural and
Yeah,
unforced.
he's amazing. He's
He's
amazing.
not
Oh my
performing.
God.
And
it.
he's also a very fucking good anchor. Like he is on
Right.
it. He-
Yes.
that's all he
Yes.
can
Good at
do.
reading the
Every skill
news.
that
I know.
Albert lacked.
We're actually in this weird period where Hurt was actually super fucking handsome.
He looks like a
I
puppy.
mean, he looks like an anchorman. He looks.
Yep.
Also,
Yeah.
I love Jack Nicholson in this film because he's like a shark.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's like
this
he's like the guy
I'm
who
pretty
he's like
sure-
God. He like makes everything happen
Yeah.
in this movie.
This
It
is, I am
works.
pretty sure, the first time I ever saw Jack Nicholson in a movie.
Wow.
Yeah,
I-
and
I-
also as a supporting role.
How
He's
many-
pretty much
really
on a
weird.
monitor the whole time.
How many
except for that
Oscars
one
was William
scene.
Hurt nominated for? It's multiple. By the way.
Yes, but nonetheless, it was like
This movie was
Nicholson
nominated
was
for everything. I don't think it got anything.
It
No,
did
it
not
didn't win
get Best
one.
No,
It got
Director.
nominated for
it
seven.
It didn't play.
Wow. It didn't win
It
any
didn't
of them.
No, and it didn't get.
Can I
And it
drool
didn't get
over
nominated
Jim
for
Brooks
Best
for a
Director.
second?
Yes, please.
And remind people
Yeah.
James
that
L.
there
Brooks.
is James L. Brooks. So you say you haven't seen a character this dumb as a news anchor, but he invented Ted Baxter.
Yes,
Oh,
he
that's
did.
right. Barry Tyler Moore.
And the guy
And-
the guy from The Simpsons, right?
And Holly Hunter is basically, if Lisa grew up, she would be a news
Pretty
producer,
much,
but
pretty
would
much.
she ever have a boyfriend?
Lisa
Remember-
Simpson.
remember
Yes.
that
What was
the
it?
year
It's
this
It's
movie
Lisa Simpson. You're right.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
It's actually
it is.
this
The
came
year-
out the same year they
Would she
actually
ever
put
have
The
a
Simpsons
female
out.
friend?
Jane Craig is one of my favorite characters
Right.
in
Well,
motion
remember,
picture history.
John, remember,
Who was
this-
the news anchor in Simpsons? What's his name?
Kent
Brockman.
Brockman.
Kent
Brockman.
All right.
Formerly
Remember,
Brockman.
John,
Yeah.
this and Raising Arizona were like 5 months apart.
Right?
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
She's
it was like
so
the
good in
year of
that.
Holly Hunter, man.
Raising Arizona.
Stole
She was
my
better
heart.
in it. She was much
Raising
better in
Arizona
that.
is a better movie.
Mhm.
Okay, so
No.
William
No.
Hurt. William Hurt was nominated for 4 Oscars and won one.
And he was pretty good in AI.
That's
too,
what did he
for a
win
thankless role.
Oh
He
my
won for
God.
Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Yeah, Spider-Woman.
Oh,
That's
how
true.
funny.
No, but the guy's got a fantastic
But
voice.
you know, they always give the Oscar for the wrong movie because they
Right,
realize
yeah,
they
it's
fucked
it's
up.
the apology. It's the apology.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
what was
apology,
it?
exactly.
It was
No, that was his
Last
first.
Emperor?
That was his first nomination, and he won.
That Last Emperor, last
Okay.
87.
no.
He was nominated for. Next was Children of a Lesser God,
Yeah.
That was great.
and
yeah.
then this one, Broadcast News, and then of course
Yeah, Last
his
Emperor.
best thing. No, History of Violence, dude. Best supporting
Oh,
actor, baby.
Oh
but
my
also,
God.
my favorite role of his ever was in Mr. Brooks, where he plays an imaginary serial
Yes.
killer.
Mr.
Now-
Mr. Brooks. Mr.
Oh, of
Brooks
course,
is a
many
movie that
people
is
my age
so
discovered him
much
in
better.
Bodies.
Oh, dude,
has
if you don't
any
pick,
right to be.
also if you don't pick Mr. Brooks, I'm going to, Tad. We have to pick this.
Also, he was in that really
It's on
good
my
movie.
list, but I need
Just
something
Thank
to
you.
put it
Just
with.
do
one
it.
where he's a
man.
doctor. I think it's just called Doctor.
It's
Oh,
called
was
The
it-
Doctor.
Oh, that was.
Doctor. It's really
I saw it
good.
at the theater. That
Cancer movie.
That was
Filmed that down the
devastating.
street from my office.
It was about
I
it was about a doctor who gets throat cancer, and
Right.
And he has to be treated like a patient.
I
It's
know
very
it's,
good.
It's a really
That's
good
good.
film. It really is. Okay, I want to give David his corner. David,
I'm just waiting.
Again? What?
because because
No, we still. Yeah, Chris
you're
has
the,
to
you're
go.
the new guy. You get a corner.
Chris is going to just praise.
Just waiting.
on these movies?
No, just right now because
Just
you're
just
new.
on.
Later on, you will not get a
broadcast.
corner.
What
at all.
happens, David, because you're
Oh.
you're new here,
Yeah.
you're kind of filling the role that Jim plays, and
Ooh,
it's
big
just a
shoes.
weird coincidence that he's not here this week. But Jim's volume is always a little low, and everybody else shouts over him, and so we always say it's time for Jim's corner, and then we let him talk.
Yes, take
I
it.
think we're kind
So
of
so
falling into
we're
that.
giving that opportunity if you would like it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Half of you are completely wrong.
Yeah.
This
wrong.
movie is one of the most brilliant pieces. It elevated the rom-com to a deeper level where it could star Lisa Simpson and
And Kent Brockman.
Kent Brockman.
And Kent Brockman.
Yeah,
Where they're dating. It's a
uh,
different alternate.
And yeah,
There's
the
definitely
spirit of,
there's
even
definitely something.
even
I'm gonna
Mr.
add
Smith
about
Goes
that.
to Washington.
a little bit.
Just a little bit highbrow is not a bad thing. It's not high school. There's a moment of high school. Here's a moment of high
It's
school.
all high school, but that's
where
just me.
she realizes
But-
that as a woman, she has no power,
Mhm.
but as a producer, she can send her rival to report in Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very satisfying.
But okay, so
That's
a year,
what
a
they would
year,
do
a
in an
year.
adult.
So I always liken the reinvention of comedy around this time to When Harry Met Sally, which is one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
Great
That
film.
was a couple
And
years
this is-
later.
This is 1 year after this, or 2, I think.
Mhm.
And not saying that this isn't a romantic comedy drama.
How
And-
would you
and-
classify this film?
Well, definitely, Harry Met Sally is much more of a straight up romantic
That's
comedy. I
Straight
guess.
up rom-com.
But this is
But this is
it's a
not.
semi rom com.
This is
I
not.
laughed
This is not. This
just-
has more.
Like I said, this is two triangles. There's the ethical triangle about news, about journalism and television news, and then there's the romantic triangle, and they're two triangles on top of each other.
So
I think that's true. I think that
the
the
Hallmark.
I'm sorry, David said something to me before we did the show a couple of days ago. He said, this is such a moral movie. I mean, this is a movie about morality and ethics.
It's
And
about
From her first scene, from
in
her first
today's
scene.
world, it's almost like a tombstone for something that isn't even on the table.
No, that is
Exactly.
absolutely true,
It's
John.
not
1000%.
considered.
No.
It's not even considered
The
anymore.
things that Holly, the
1000%.
things that Holly Hunter cares about are gone. Been gone
Right.
for 30
I
years.
almost
Well,
paired
and-
this. I almost paired this movie with Good Night and Good Luck, and I kind of wish I had now.
You
Ah,
should have. You should have.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
oddly, and I know I think it's relevant, but it's a bit of a stretch. But I just rewatched Nightcrawler, and it's sort of like the antithesis
Yeah.
of
Oh my
like
God,
how
yes.
you would.
Oh.
Nightcrawler. Those movies all exist in a continuum about how news changes.
Like,
Right. Good night and good luck. Broadcast news.
Well,
Also,
Night
Star with Network.
Also, I was
Network.
No, hold on,
Network.
You know who Holly
That
Hunter's
was the
character
breaking
is?
point.
She's Diane Christensen, except she's neurotic.
Who's Diane Christensen?
So from the
No.
character from Network.
No,
but she's she's likable
no.
neurotic as opposed to scary neurotic, because both these characters are neurotic. Diane was like scary neurotic. She's
But I
cute neurotic.
feel like if you watch, so you've got the news aspect of this, the ethical moral dilemmas in this, and then you've got the romantic side.
Right.
And the thing about the romantic side in this particular picture, I don't think it's all that great except for William Hurt, meaning no one is likable or like the thing, like to have
And
a
there's-
successful
and
romantic
there's
comedy,
points-
you have to sort of be invested and be attracted, and they have to
I
be
like all
affable
of
and
them.
they have to be like,
There's points where he's not likable either.
Oh my God, yes.
of course.
Yeah.
But he's
I
very charming
wanna
and he's
answer-
handsome.
I want to answer Scott's question from earlier, which is, what would you classify this film as?
Yeah, right.
I listened to a Hallmark movie podcast, and on the Hallmark movie podcast, one of their things that they say is
Okay.
Hallmark movies aren't rom-coms, they're rom-roms. There's no com.
No,
They're just
romance.
rom-roms.
Yeah, exactly
The-
right.
This is a rom-com dram.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's all three
So-
of those things.
It's all three.
It's this a story about professional ethics, but it's also about
But when you
the geeky girl from high school, the
I-
super geeky guy from high school, and the handsome guy from high school.
but I take
Right.
a little
Bottom
bit of
line.
issue with I take a
And
little
that's-
bit of issue with
Back
when
because
she
they let them get older.
well when
Hey,
she finally
You get older,
watches
they don't change. That's the best part about this film. It's like you get to see them early on, and you realize they're the same fucking
Who
people
really
when they're
changes?
kids.
And those two triangles overlap perfectly, because
do.
the thing that's seductive about William Hurt's character is seductive in terms of it's ruining television journalism, and she's falling for it on a personal level.
well that piece that he made moved her.
That's the
And
part.
and you know I
And he had all good intentions in making it. He just crossed that line, which
No,
has that other
Albert-
great
exactly.
line.
So you
It's not-
nailed
it's
it.
not
It's
even-
hard
it's
not to
not
cross the
even-
line because they may keep moving the little sucker.
It's not
don't
even
they?
his
Yeah.
idea. It's
No,
the
it wasn't.
producer's idea.
And
who
that's
says,
in the
Right.
film.
Well, that's what I wanted to
in
bring up,
the
Tad.
film.
And John, you're
Easy.
right. It's that the producer, you could hear him say, "You
Her.
almost started crying when she was talking."
Yeah.
Right.
And
Like,
he's
give me
like,
a
"I
minute."
She
know."
goes, how
No,
great would
no,
it be if
I
we
said-
got that?
And said,
Yeah.
I can bring it, and he brings it. And that's
Right.
the thing. All right.
Like he's like the ethical line that he crosses is so minor.
It
because
is.
he's
That's what I
having-
thought too.
He's
well,
having
by
that
2025
experience.
standards.
Thank you.
No,
Thank Chris.
no,
Exactly.
No, listen to me.
All right.
He is having that experience. The fact that he faked that experience for a cutaway, which
Right.
actually makes her story more impactful to the audience.
Yep.
And you know that because fucking Albert Brooks is like, congratulations, you invented talking about Nookie or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
that
Oh,
thing
yeah.
is.
The
yeah.
spiteful
And
shit
it's
he said.
like, the just absolutely hateful 80s bullshit about sexual assault.
And I'll say this, like I don't know because I was a child when this movie came out, but I think the fact that William Hurt's character in this film, and this is James L. Brooks's writing, was caring about a subject like date rape, and that guy could
Exactly.
think about that and say,
Right.
I think that's important and I want to do a piece about it. I think that's fucking awesome.
It is pretty
and I think
awesome.
that like most women would be like, fuck yes, dude. Like, why are we not covering this already? And I know he took a cheap shot, but shit, that's fucking
That's
newsworthy.
fucking, you know, it's
Didn't Jay
David
put him on that
Muir
story?
shit. What was that?
He was doing bullshit stories, and Jane pressured him to start doing something a little deeper.
And that's
right.
what he came up
did,
with
and
on
he
his
did.
own.
Right.
on his own. That was his fucking idea.
It's literally the chapter "How to Tell a True War Story" and the things they carried, where he talks about how
I love that book.
Where he talks about how sometimes you have to add a little bit of fiction into a true story to make the story truer, and
Yeah,
and that's
kind
what
of true.
he did.
You know what occurred to me watching it this time that I'd never really thought about before is that just the way they shoot a story like this, an interview with one camera, is already artificial. You're already shooting over the interviewee's shoulder.
What does he say right before the cry?
I'm going to sit here and it's going to look like I'm listening to you talk.
Right.
It's already artificial.
Yeah.
Also, this movie,
what the fuck is what the fuck is news? We don't know.
Every choice you make when you edit is artifice, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And
that's why
any field pieces you're trying to relax and earn trust, or you're trying to.
We should have a whole episode on how I think documentaries are actually faker than fiction films.
Everything. I'm sorry, Jared. What, David? Everything piece. What?
I'm saying you're watching people build a relationship in a field piece. It's either you're going to trust me, you're going to know that I'm the fool. You're going to say what's true, and I'll just pretend you'll pretend you're talking to me. And then, if it's a Daily Show field piece, I'm saying then you're actually not trying to really build trust. You're mocking them.
Right.
But the field piece is very artificial. Is the point?
Okay. Well, let's wrap it up.
Well, there has to be some kind of. It's still being recorded. It's still a performance.
Anything else?
Yeah, I got something else, Scott. Because
go ahead.
As I mentioned, I got the a Blu-ray from Criterion.
I saw the picture.
Finally cracked the shrink wrap on it. It was 2 years ago was the sale, and I was like, oh, I have this movie. So I took out the shrink wrap, I put it in, and then I watched the deleted scenes, which includes a completely alternate ending.
What?
Oh, do tell.
An alternate ending where where Holly Hunter leaves the airport, she gets in the cab and she starts to give the cabbie directions, and she's never mind, go anywhere you want.
And then she fucking again says, "But take this road."
But which shows you in her character that she's starting to recover already. She's getting back to herself. But okay, which is another beautiful little character moment. But they shot an alternate ending, and they were going to surprise Holly Hunter and just have William Hurt get into the cab.
Oh,
like he didn't get on the plane.
That would have been fun.
Oh shit!
But somebody blew it and said, "We're ready for you, Bill." And then Holly Hunter knew that William Hurt was there.
Oh,
They told her we have to reshoot the cab scene.
Oh, and so they wanted like a legit reaction from her?
They wanted a legit reaction, but they went ahead and shot it anywhere. I'm telling you what James L. Brooks says in the commentary.
Oh.
He says, "So I was heartbroken, and I was so beside myself that she knew he was coming that I couldn't think. But we shot it anyway, and they did a great job. And they improvised a scene where they were reunited. And he said, I missed the plane. And then he makes this whole speech, which is very repetitive of what they said in the airport terminal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then they kiss and they hug and they make out a little bit, and then they end up together. And I am so glad that you realized that was wrong. And
it would have carved 12 minutes out of this movie, and I'm all for that, man.
No, the ending of this movie, as it stands, this is one of my favorite endings, with maybe Big Night of all time.
Although I'll give you the fact that the coda is these three people have moved on, have their own lives, and are
everybody's fine.
But that's like life.
That
everybody's
kid is freaking
fine.
like
Unlike the rest of the movie, which is high school, that's like life.
Everybody's fine, but nobody got what they want, and I just
everybody got what they want. What are you talking about?
No, they didn't.
The end was perfectly satisfying.
No, but nobody. The triangle wasn't resolved. She never got either guy.
Well, it's very true to life, where you kind of get what you need, but not what you want.
You settle for what you're gonna get. Exactly right. I gotta shut this down. Okay.
Life is what happens when you're making.
All right.
Wait, no, we gotta let Chris go.
Chris, go.
Why do we have to let Chris go?
What's Chris got?
Chris go.
But it's because he's one of us.
Chris go.
I'm just gonna say, I'm like, what was the best picture nominee that year? Last Emperor, Moonstruck, Fatal Attraction, Broadcast News, and Hope and Glory, which you watched in the show. I would watch this movie 100 times more than any of those other ones.
Wait, read it. Wait, Chris, read that again. Read it again.
Last Emperor, Moonstruck, Fatal Attraction, Hope and Glory, and this.
So
okay, you're not wrong, dude. Those are all kind of shitty movies.
Oh, Moonstruck's great.
Except I like Fatal Attraction.
Shut your mouth about Moonstruck, Jared.
I love
Fatal Attraction's good.
Moonstruck's fucking awesome.
I hadn't seen this in a while, and I was kind of shocked how well I think it's aged.
Okay.
Scott's
works. It totally works.
completely wrong about it.
I don't mind being wrong. That's fine.
I think that
I don't think you're wrong, Scott. It's just a difference of opinion.
This movie predated Fox News by 9 years.
Mm.
And I think
We're on the slippery slope at this point.
When Albert Brooks looks at her and says he's the fucking devil.
Yeah.
What I love this movie for all the things it has to say about the warning signs about flash over substance.
True.
You know what an anchor meant back then. But I also think that this is a movie. You know, you can sit there and go, "Well, these people haven't evolved since high school." I know a lot of people that haven't evolved since high school. I think this is a movie. It's a love triangle about three people who are married to their jobs, who care more about their careers than anything else.
Sure.
And I find the
I'll give you that.
the three of them really interesting because I do think William Hurt is self-aware, but he knows he's a fraud. I think that Albert Brooks is too fucking smart for his own good. And I'll just say, Holly Hunter in this movie is radiant.
Yeah, she's very good.
Every fucking scene she's in, I'm not blinking.
But I have a quick question about
this chat between
this episode's
David,
never
John,
ending,
and
is it?
Chris over Holly Hunter.
Well, I have a quick question about William Hurt's character
love her in this movie.
Me too.
And this is for Chris or John or whoever. But when Holly Hunter gives her speech in front of that, you know, sort of that audience that just basically leaves, right?
Yeah.
And what she's saying is
Fox News employees.
Yeah, and what she's saying is great. I mean, it's very good.
But she said was good, but the reaction was fake as fuck.
Okay, but here's my question. Why is the only person from that audience William Hurt that comes up and says, "I fucking agree with you," and then he's the one that betrays it?
Because it's a rom-com. That's why.
Because he recognizes himself.
No,
he recognizes himself in that argument.
Because these two characters are like magnetic Scotty dogs. They're attracted to each other.
Right.
That's how it works.
But he's the one that says, "You're fucking right," and then he goes and fucking does the opposite.
That scene where William Hurt coaches Albert Brooks prior to the flop sets. Those are not bad.
We didn't talk about the flop sweat scene.
Hold on.
We don't.
Does anyone else remember the moment? There's something black. It's Blind. It's a dust bunny, but it's on him.
What's on his shirt?
Flop swing. And he completely loses it for the next hour because he doesn't even know what it is. He's like,
What I find kind of quaint is that there's that whole scene where William Hurt is giving Albert Brooks notes before.
Yes.
Those are not bad notes.
No, they weren't. They were good. They're very helpful.
Those are like
sit on your jacket tail.
Sit on your jacket. Puncture one thought.
You got to sell the news.
Yes.
And she's horrified by this idea. And of course, isn't this fucking quaint if we could just go back to 1987 ethical standards in news? But anyway,
he has his own integrity and he shares it
every minute
very
of it.
generously.
Yeah. I don't know. The Dateline.
I think I took this movie for granted. I think it's really
Edward R. Murrow has been dead for a long time, man.
Thanks, Chris. I just wanted to bring up that same scene where they meet. She's making the speech, and then they go back to her hotel room, and oh shoot, he says the look on Holly Hunter's face when he says, "Sometimes I don't even get the news I'm reading," and the way she's into this guy, and her face just like melts. It just falls.
But a lot of that dialogue just seems like that's not how people talk.
But that's what makes this relationship so interesting. Is because she's falling for the devil.
Yes.
And that it's like if she didn't give a fuck about what she did all day,
is Albert Brooks
he's a hot guy.
So is Albert Brooks Christ or an angel? Because if that's the truth, then I'm gonna go with the devil.
75% of the dialogue is just James L. Brooks talking to us. It's just
these
ridiculous.
People are none of these people.
Every script is the author talking to us.
But some people disguise it better than others. How's that? All right, that's it. I'm stopping this. Okay.
This is going to be a long one.
Thumbs. I got to cut this shit.
Love it,
you know.
I
love this movie unconditionally.
Terrible.
It's in my top 5 of all time.
Oh my god! I saw it in the theater in the back of the '87, and I saw it now, and it does not survive.
This is why I don't pick movies off my top 10 list because I don't want to.